mo sá fún un. So ó wà lára nǹkan tó discuss during the election pé àwọn bọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àwọn bọ̀ àgbà èkó láti di ní sàlámù tó fẹ́ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ máa fi àwọn èèyàn àwọn ọmọ wa ṣe barbecue ni kò yé wa báyìí. The thing is Igbo wọn wà very suicidal. Àwọn máa ń rí kéèyàn wà suicidal lójú tiwọn is bravery. Ṣẹ̀gẹ́t kéèyàn fẹ́ lọ kú. As far as being suicidal is bravery to them. Torí lọ ṣe máa ń pa wọn lọ ṣe máa ń lò fún target practice anyhow everywhere tó bá lọ. So ẹni tí ò bá náyà tí Igbo bá halẹ̀ mọ́yàn pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ wọn tó máa sọ yàrá rò pé wọ́n ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́yàn lọ́wọ́ irọ́ dẹ̀ ni. Ṣùgbọ́n MC Olúọmọ lásán ló rán àwọn boys ẹ̀ lọ sáàrin wọn pé kọ́ má jáde tán jáde. Tàbá ti violence bọ̀ gbogbo wọn máa sá lọ ni. Láwọn Igbo yẹn gbogbo wọn máa sá dànù tán ní dúró rárá. You know, so but we just need to act fast. Irú àwọn tó irú ọba tán ló lọ di Igbo jẹ.
Those are the people that a lot of you will listen to and you will think, which is really, really, sad. You will think the Yorubas thinks like that. These are mostly the Omoales that have no real roots anywhere in Yorubaland. And the people we call the Omo Ironkirons. These are people who are attracted to Tinubu, who have now turned anyone who is supposed to Tinubu to enemy of Yoruba. And to many of you who are using them as a reason, as your point of contact to attack Yorubas, we can see you too. But the point here is this. These criminals, these Olori Brukus that you heard their voice just now, they deal with, they see their fellow Yorubas, just same way they see non-Yorubas who don't, they see their fellow Yorubas who don't tolerate all this political, beggary or alimajirism. Majority of Yorubas actually reject Tinubu. I am from Ogun State. So if you are from Ogun State, you will never, except if you are one of those born slaves, you will never raise up your hand and be like this behind a Tinubu. For real. And I think it's the same almost everywhere in Yorubaland. But for political patronage is money and all of that. There are those who have had to kind of drag their states to him using the same judiciary and every other, INEC judiciary and his money. And we can see what they have turned the Yorubaland into. So when you see those guys like that everywhere, they are doing it because of Tinubu, not because of Yorubaland. Fulani killed 3 Obas in Yorubaland. These guys know, they know duping because their political leaders didn't tell them that the Fulanis are their enemy. If tomorrow, Tinubu and his camp decide to blow the dog whistle, that the Fulanis are their enemies, immediately this Omoalis, they will quickly be like, you will think they've ignored the Igbos or they've never had any issue with Igbos before. All of these are those who are politically guided to continue to spread and plant all of these tribal, religious, and they say all manner of nonsense. Just to back that, and know any sensible thing about what we are going through right now. See this person. Number one, you see this video you're about to watch is a mixed one, kind of, okay? I want to believe this person is just, a normal citizen who decided to just reach out to the poor, okay? But this is what Tinubu's and Co's legacy is in Yorubaland. This would normally have looked like some videos or a scene somewhere in northern Nigeria. But this has become a regular scene now in Yorubaland, the last 24 years of their demonstration of grace. And every Yoruba should be upset with those who have turned our people to this, because they are Yorubas, than you thinking, defending them, and using Yoruba as your as your bigotry sort of a vehicle, as your political criminal leaders. Now, maybe your mama, your papa, or some of them are here, How do you really feel that they have turned our people to this? This is not Sokoto, it's not Borono, and it is not Kano. It is Yorubaland, and it is now regular. Just a philanthropist, I believe, who decided to just stop by and give some people pasta, spaghetti. That's their legacy. Weaponize, make them so poor that they beg. Then weaponize the poverty in a way that you can actually direct them. And that is what those guys are discussing. How to use more violence on the Igbos. Because the Igbos are suicidal. That's what they were saying in that audio you listened to earlier. They say, oh, the Igbos are suicidal. It's not that they are brave. They always think they are brave, but they are suicidal. They are ready to be killed. That's suicidal. So we need to increase violence. The other, MC Oluomo, it was MC Oluomo that warned them the other day never to come out on election day. Did you see them come out? These are Yorubas. I'm not going to say they are not. Okay? But these are the Olori Buruku Omoales in Yorubaland who have now started the campaign of the bloodline. Okay? Who is a full-blooded Yoruba and who is not, and who is this, who is that, and all of that. So you get, they are now doing that now. All for Tifnumbu. All for Tifnumbu, where nobody know him papa, nobody know him mama, Omoale Tifnumbu. And nobody actually knows where he is as we speak. Yeah? So they will do it again and again. One second. Leave the lie. Sorry about that, yeah? So leave the lie. And if you dare try to punch those lies, they become so angry. And they can even declare a fatwa on you. Okay? And that's how they were meeting in that video that I showed you earlier. But going away from that, they are also looking for, you remember they said they are looking for what people say about Yoruba so that they can screenshot that and they can use that. And among other things, they will not grieve for the Igbos. They are not interested in your welfare. You as a Yoruba who listen to them. You watching me right now, okay? That has been convinced that Tinubu is standing for your interest. She interest it's Niki like Iyati Bayalara Mudede Tishielarabi, eh? So interest it's Niki Odi Onibara Koma Toroje. O le sanwó school ọmọ ẹ̀. O le jẹun tó wọ̀n ẹ̀. Eh? Ṣé interest it's Tinubu protect abi? Right. So they are looking for, so the other one that actually ran them mad was 2 days ago. Was it 3 days ago that Obi was in Canada and he was having a chat with the Obedient on his thank you tour of Canada. Then they said he went to Canada to demarket Nigeria. And the next thing, what is his name again? Bayo Onanuga, 68, 70-year-old man, 70-year-old personal assistant to Tinubu on Twitter matter. That's what Onanuga is. He's a 70-year-old man that is a special advisor to Tinubu on Twitter. 70-year-old man. Decided to call him Peter Obi. I don't know if you have heard that, Peter Obi. They even went on to go and make a caricature of him to make him look much like ugly. I'm talking about this image. All of this were just their own way of pushing back. Okay? Among other things going on in that contraption is their every now and then targets. Now, in their own stupidity, for them to make him more possibly uglier, in this regard, they turned him to a Yoruba man with a tribal mark. That then boomerang, it backfired. It backfired in the sense that this is supposed to be the depiction of Yoruba's beauty, right? The tribal and facial mark on our faces, they have their significance. They are not, they are not a symbol of mockery. But look at what Tinubu and gang, look at what they did. They put a tribal mark on his face so that he can look, ugly. Indeed, it's still pretty much better. So the original face of Kolu, this is Kolu's face originally, right? So they said some of them actually ran mad when they saw this video. Listen.
That's a good one. Ibamaka.
Martin Contin come where I get me choose of Malitana Beach. Oh, what you die, you already went in one some. Ya vai Malitana Mapunja, my Legara, and I got to go na Karogo de Luca, and DTs related to Grupa Governor Karapukia war, and sa. Anda Abuja Balibaro, but we're not going to put even when Abuja, they was the one some are you for Maruzana, Natana, Coapota, and Wakasuru, Burundadi, and Anda, Wakasirajina, Tinewutama, Jigi, Nochigasuru, Zaiga, by Abuja. Manopiano, no Miri, Makanaiga, Kama, Zarenda, gave the repure friend, I gave you fair. They didn't Woofer, I make and Jama, they don't know some, Onyanara Horagara, Hogedora, Titanakoya, Kasiaman, Abia, Kailana, Laruana. When I become one day, Karamana, second give them one do boy in Odorana, near where Madosio, we can know Chedi called you, as one Oki Jimenka. Kamadagarita, if he's in Ayam over where he made Okara, Yoche, Makandi, where he may go to come. Now, all I was here, peace. I had them on a hana over Jamun go what it are. Kaije Bunyono back and never asked you no Jidan Kuno Jim, Makanonia said you go to Amaran and Con and met him. Obrono Apotaganaga, Pobrupazia, no Nanosi. A piece on Ozia Megane. Then the Coritano never, no. Home Pinopino, my war on that magazine wager to Mokenga.
That's right. That was the Airpeace, I think Airpeace pilots making an announcement in Igbo language. And immediately, the Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, voluntary slaves, humbled slaves, sophisticated morons, they lashed on it. Hey, Airpeace don't they use Igbo now? He's using Igbo now to make announcements. Is it not supposed to be a Nigerian airline? Only Bruku Nigeria. I've been Nigeria here. That they were praying then. May Nigeria here work. May God bring Nigeria here. May Nigeria succeed only for them to be scammed over 400 billion naira in that same ministry. Now they are upset. Like, why are you upset about Igbo language in the first place, eh? Why do you, I mean, we are supposed to be, I mean, I'm not old. I'm not 80 years old or 90 years old. A lot of you are in your 20s and 30s. And you carry this hatred so much that you can't even describe it. Omo, no joke. Oh, see, you may not feel like that. Oh. I mean, there are people that I have heard, they said, speaking Igbo, irritates them because it makes them feel like these Igbos are hiding something. Why can't we hear you, what you are saying? Even though I have heard people who are like that too. They say, stop speaking Yoruba. Why don't you just speak in English that we can understand you? But I've never really seen any Igbo who are enraged that if they heard Yoruba somewhere, and it became so, I haven't really seen it, have you? Because I've seen enough. I've seen a lot. Or more because of that video. Oh dear. Remember the Isiagu, the time where they put on Isiagu? Well, some people now reminded of this Atlanta Lagos flights when this man, this pilot, a Yoruba pilot, made this announcement, knowing that there were so many Nigerians on that flight. First, he spoke Yoruba, then added Pidgin. And we all shared, oh, wow. I think I didn't hear any ruckus or what have you anywhere until these children of perfidy, children of addition, of this Tifnumbu's slave camp decided to turn everything into tribal war. Remember this?
5-4 from Atlanta to Lagos. My name is First Officer Remington Michelle. Today's a special day for me as a Nigerian-born citizen. It will be my first time out of the plane to Nigeria. Really appreciate everybody joining us on this flight as it is a milestone for myself. Today's flight time is going to take us about 10 hours, 30 minutes, and it should be mostly smooth flights. Perhaps we might have some rough rides coming out of Atlanta because of the weather out there. We all see it's raining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this flight with us. On that note, long day at Lagba Akinyo. Let's Chicago, Korea, and Joe Delta 5-4 láti ìlú Atlanta lọ sí ìlú Èkó. Ìrìnàjò ó gbà wá níbi wákàtí mẹ́wàá àti àbọ̀. Láyọ̀ làgúnlẹ̀ ọ̀, ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. But there are people way back there, no, my name now, I just say make I greet you now for tonight. About 10 hours, 30 minutes for the flight. Want to sit back, relax, and enjoy. That's right. Awesome.
Everybody was like that, and it was actually really so. It was like really refreshing when that video made it to the internet last year, I believe. There's so much going on in Nigeria right now. There's so much destruction and damages that these guys are undertaking. There are so much destructions of lives and properties carried out by different policies of this criminal government in Nigeria. People are dying. People that shouldn't die are dying. And these are supposed to be what a lot of you should invest your time in before it becomes your turn. But there are those who will never give up because it is a very long mileage to run the ethnic, tribal, religious rhetorics enough to keep people divided and hating on themselves while they are also dying and suffering at the same time. But I'll go quickly to Rivers because I won't show you that one, right? I couldn't show you everything yesterday or discuss it, okay? It's about Fubara. See, it seems that the guy Fubara is coming out of his shell gradually, but I'm not placing my money on him. Okay, in the last few weeks, few months after they met with Tinubu in what they call the peace accord or something. So the State House of Assembly has been sort of undermining him so much, and he has also been in return ignoring them. So they've been passing bills and kind of like vetoing his signature and making the bills laws. But since it is the executive that will implement any law made by any legislature, so if there's no relationship between them, it can choose not to implement any of their past resolution laws or whatever, veto or no veto. But it seems to have had enough, or he's already having enough. So you heard a little bit of this clip yesterday. I want us to hear the whole thing together now. Now say one or two things. Remember, brunch time with Mayegun is also a time where you could possibly be part of it. Calling, chatting, talk. Let's go to Rivers. Fubara.
People, those group of men who claim that are assembly members are not assembly members. They are not existing. I want it to be on record. I accepted that peace accord. I accepted that peace accord to give them a floating. That's the truth. There was nothing in that peace accord that's a constitutional issue. It's a political solution to a problem. And I accepted it because these were people that were eating in my house. These were people that have helped pay their children's school fees when I wasn't even a governor. So what is the thing there? Yeah, we might have a division, but I believe that one day we could also come together. And that was the reason I did it. But I think it's according to a time when I need to make a statement on this thing, so that they understand that they're not existing. Their existence is me allowing them to exist. If I de-recognize them, they are nowhere. That's the truth. So, I want you to see the sacrifice I've made in the cause of allowing peace to be in our state. I can say here, with all amount of boldness, I've never called any policeman anywhere to go and harass anybody. I've never gone anywhere to do anything against anybody. But what happens to people that are supporting me? They are being harassed. They are being detained. There is no week that somebody doesn't come here with one letter of invitation for trump up charges and all those things. And in the face of this, you use the word. And why I'm saying this is because of what my senior said here, restraint. I don't think the other party has shown any restraint. I am the one that have shown restraint in the face of this thing. I'm the one that is badly heated, even when I have all the instrument, government instrument, to cause disaster. But why would I do it? This is a relationship that you eat together, you drink together. Why would I forget those things? So even when I act knowing fully well that there's a relationship which is bigger and greater than any other thing. Politics will come, politics will go. But what is most important is your relationship, how you're being perceived after power. It doesn't last forever. It's something that stays for a while. It's a transit or whatever. After which it will go. This is not the first time. Today, our father, they say former, is it not? How many years? He had his time.